Is that something that fans should be concerned about, the size of the guards defensively, or is that something that you're not as worried about?
I don't. I think on paper it could be something that you could be worried about, but I think in college basketball, just having two dynamic guards in Elliott and RJ, and even Seth when he comes back, no matter what the size is, I think having those. I mean, you look back at the years with Kimba and the guards that they had there at UConn. I mean, they were little, and they ended up winning a national championship. So I think in college basketball, um, it's not you're not as much of at a disadvantage having smaller guards. I think another thing with those guards is they compete, so it's not like they're just, laying down because they know that they're smaller than the other guys. Just watching, even watching from live action, that matchup with RJ and Elliott, just kind of watching the way that they tried to guard each other and try to compete against each other, that's what they take, into practice and hopefully they take it into games. As long as you compete, I think that's the biggest thing. I think, especially last year, I think there were some games where myself, when I'm just watching, it was almost like there was a lack of competitive, fire with the team. Just kind of like, all right, here goes another game. Let's try to figure out if we can win, do what we're supposed to do. And it was just kind of that type of thing. But watching this team, especially in practice, they compete almost too hard in practice. It's almost to the point where it's like, okay, like we're all on the same team at the end of the day. Maybe let's bring it down a notch. So I think having that sense is going to be huge. But then it also helps with the versatility. I mean, you see a guy like Harrison who can guard basically 1 through 5. You know, you see guys like Cormac, who's 6'4", 6'5", that's going to be able to guard at least 1 through 3, and then you got guys like Pax, you got guys like Jalen Withers, who we haven't even mentioned, who would be able to guard 1 through 5 too. So, it's just defensively, I think there's going to be ways to kind of cover up that size at times because of their versatility that they have behind them.